When we have a curved segment selected, like this one right here, the blue one, you'll notice that the property window updates to show you the properties of whatever it is you have selected. And in this case, I'm seeing fill and stroke properties. We can use these properties to instantly modify the selected object. You'll notice that it represents the color and also has a whole bunch of other options that we can change as well. Let me just double click so I can select the entire line. Notice that my double click selected all of the connected segments that have the same properties, or the same color in this case. Now, using the property panel, we can modify the stroke thickness, which is set originally to 1 pixel thickness. I can either do that by dragging the slider up here, and you can see we get a much thicker line, or I could type in an exact number for a thickness that I want, like 15. In addition to that, we have some style settings. By default, you're going to be drawing solid lines, but you can see that we can draw dashed or dotted or even a ragged or stippled line. I still have the connection of this line to the original vector underneath it, even though I've got this ragged setting on top of it. And if I deselect, I can still go back and modify the shape of the line, or even double click to grab all of it again. Now let me set this back to a solid line, and we'll take a look at the caps and joins. The caps are basically going to be stylizing the endpoints of your line. This will show up when you have a really thick line. I could modify it to square, and you can see I have a very blunt edge to the line now. The joins are going to modify any corner points on the line, and this is a good representation right here. I could go for a beveled edge line, which kind of chops off the edge, or set it back to rounded like it was at the start. We can also modify the color of the line just by selecting the color chip here and selecting a new color. You'll notice if I switch back to the pencil tool, it'll keep the settings that we changed last on our green line here. So any new lines I draw with the pencil tool are going to have those same settings. If you want to draw a different kind of line, just make sure you change the settings before using the tool. I'll go ahead and change the color of my line here to a red, drop the stroke back down to 1 pixel, and I'll change my pencil tool options to give me a smooth line and draw that over here.